If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal and get a 29% bonus. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures in Wallstreet. I hope you are doing well. Man, I am so glad to be here today to talk about some of the things, some of the calls that we've received from the open media, the open dialogue of what it really is happening in the markets. A lot of plethora of information out there, and more importantly, all of it strings from one major thing, and I say the word distractions, because as you know, the track, trace, and control agenda is still in effect more so than ever. There's a lot of evidence we can say just on that alone. But more importantly, the mindset that we should have as a retiree, as an investor, as somebody that is relying on our financial future from a materialistic standpoint to secure our retirement, secure our future, so that our family has ability to be prosperous. And whether that's financially, spiritually, obviously nothing can overcome what the blood of Jesus has in our lives. Money is just a tool to get us to point A to point B and to give an inheritance to our sons and daughters for generations. Now, if that's you, listen up. This podcast may be for you. But more importantly, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I will not be giving financial advice on this podcast. But if you would like financial advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446, and I will be happy to help. More importantly, you can download our free guide at americafirstretirementplan.com. No matter what platform you're watching this, whether it's audio, whether it's on Rumble or Patriot TV or Lindell or SPN, it does not matter. You also can go like and subscribe if you can on Scriptures in Wallstreet on rumble.com. We would really, really appreciate that. You can follow us there. And YouTube, believe it or not, they put us back on a map. Scriptures in Wallstreet's on YouTube. We have a few likes and subscribes on YouTube, but we have to rebuild that whole channel all over again because they shut us down for misinformation about the jab. You totally understand where that is at and where that comes from. So I don't need any explanation there. However, today I just wanted to really just try to talk about more market updates and really what we can be doing right now to get situated for what is to come. I also want to talk about the U.S. debt clock. A lot of people don't even understand how much debt we are in as a country and why this is degrade or downgrading us. They're alerting all foreign investors that we need to get our debt under control. And so we need to have a plan to combat this debt. And so the international markets are very leery about America right now. We have a dollar that is pumping up and then it's coming back down. The overall trend is down. Is it crashing? No, it's not crashing. We'll bring up those charts too. But more importantly, it's this time of uncertainty where we have to be extremely careful, guys, because the manipulators are out. The emails, the bro investors, the media, they will incite fear, uncertainty, and doubt in order to get you to move your assets to them or buy gold at 30% commissions and then sell it at 30% commissions to get out. And so this is what I want to talk about. Remember I told you that gold was going to come down? We want to pull up those charts too. I wasn't BSing you. Like, that is real talk, man. Like I said, people are romanticizing precious metals more than what it really is. And at the end of the day, it's traded. And don't get me wrong, I love precious metals. I have some. I have plenty. I have it here. I mean, this is one of my stashes. And I get my stash from Cornerstone. It's great precious metals dealer. I highly recommend it. Terry over there is just a man of God and just a straight shooter. So if you're looking for somebody to buy precious metals, I highly recommend him. You can go to Cornerstone, and so their number is 888-747-3309. Again, their number is 747-3309. Go ahead and give them a call. If you would like precious metals, let them know that I sent you, Carlos Cortez from Scriptures in Wall Street. He'll give you a preferred rate. And just an awesome person. What I love about Terry is simply he used to be a financial advisor. And so he is not just a gold salesman. And most of these precious metal dealers, that's what they are. They're actual gold salesmen. Terry is actually a consultant. He comes from a consulting background. That's how I am. And I literally have conversations about the markets, and I can speak terminology with him. And he's coming from a consultant background to consult you on how much you should buy, how much you should do. He knows about our covenant process. He knows about green money and the power of contract law. He knows why this is such a very powerful formula for clients that want to protect their monies in the next market crash. I mean, you can already see Michael Burry putting it in positions of short. Look, he's shorting NVIDIA. He's shorting Palantir. What does he see that we don't see? And what I'm here to tell you is that Michael Burry, man, he predicted '08. He's got a lot of respect. He's one of the best contrarian investors out there. He's looked at as a respectful person to call out market crises and just a really cool guy to follow. I don't know him personally, but I would love to meet him one day and just kind of like scan his brain and just really get to know him. So if you're listening to Michael Burry, would love to meet you, man. And I really respect your shot calls because they're literally some of the best in the world, where some of the best movies have ever made from his shot calls, such as The Big Short. Pretty awesome movie. One of my favorite movies outside of Wall Street with Charlie Sheen. That's where I get the name Bud Fox from. Before all of this woke stuff hit, I was a big, I used to love Wall Street. Like I used to actually love the patriotism it had. Like at one point early in the 90s, Wall Street was this beautiful, like strong, symbolic, just a masterpiece of how strong America was. Like we were so strong. We are strong, but the city of New York City was me, like just like in awe with all the big buildings. I was just a kid, and it just showed strength. And the people back then were all about helping each other. They were just, construction. There was even the postmen were like masculine. Pizza shops were like, hey, there goes little Carlito. You want a slice, big guy? Just so friendly. The community was amazing. And I'm not even from New York. My family's originally from the Bronx. And I actually I actually spend my summers there because my aunt lived there with my grandmother in the projects. And this is how I became a fanatic about Wall Street. I would spend my summers there, and New York City at one time, I cringe when I say this, but I'm telling you guys, like it was such a beautiful place. And then when 9/11 happened, like everybody just like joined together. It was one of the most beautiful things to see our country come together, no matter what creed, no matter if you're left, right, Democrat, Jewish, Puerto Rican, Israeli, or whatever denomination you were, right? Whatever ethnicity you were. It was just an amazing thing. And I want to believe we can get back there. We've made it about rabbit holes. We've made it about offenses. And this is what they want. They want us to start fighting amongst each other. And Satan has done a huge, tremendous job of creating division in the church, division in the family, division in the children, division in the priesthood, division in the masculinity, division of the definition of what our life should be about. This is what Satan does. And, we need prayer, man. We need repentance. We need to come back to return from our old wicked ways, seek his face, stop, repent, and seek his face, and he will heal our land. We can talk about all these rabbit holes, man. We could talk about Charlie Kirk's shooting, this Tyler guy, if he's involved, how Erica hugged JD Vance. We can talk about all these things. It's all distractions, man. It really is all distractions, guys. It has nothing to do with nothing. You can continue to go on down the rabbit hole, but God's word completely says that we suffer not from flesh and blood, but from rulers of darkness, from high wicked places, rulers from high wicked places. And we are living those times right now. This shouldn't be a conspiracy theory. It shouldn't be shocking. If you believe in God's word, this is exactly what is happening right now. And I don't know why we're so shocked about, oh man, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? And you know, the banks are going to crash and gold is going to skyrocket and the financial reset is here and Social Security is running out and they're going to track, trace, and control our bank account. And yes, all that is happening. So what? So what, man? Like, that is not news. I don't even know why we continue to talk about it. Like, don't be a normie. Jesus has spoken. God has spoken. We're going to be persecuted. We're going to get slept and rocked and swapped, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Money is not going to save you, guys. What is about to come, money doesn't even matter. The best we can do right now is protect our principal. Quit worrying about how much you're going to grow. Quit worrying about the rate of return. Because I promise you, if you're seeking rate of return, you are going to get your ass handed to. Dude, these investment banks, you think I'm smart at trading? No, I'm like a minuscule rookie compared to these guys. These guys they make MIT grads look like kindergartners. So let's stop focusing on things that are not really advantageous to us. You know, there's a thing that my therapist used to bring out. And I paid him $300 an hour to talk. I had a lot of junk in my head, and through COVID and the recessions and my business and my marriage, and I needed somebody to talk to that could help me think. One thing that he actually helped me with was called the camera effect. If it's not on camera, if it's not on a photo, it hasn't been screenshotted, it is not real. There's no evidence to support that belief. And if you have a belief, if you keep saying, you know, if I make this shot in basketball, I'm going to get that promotion. If I can only do this, I'm going to get that promotion. If I can only do that, then I'll make $1 million. If I make this, I'm going to live a successful life. If I make the NHL, then I could breathe. Then I could do other things. And this is how the enemy abuses Christianity. Like, he will just say, oh, well, your God is true. Your God is what he says he'll give you the desires of the heart. But is it really happening? No? Well, let's go take this drug here. Let's go find this lady here. Let's go do this. Let's go self-sabotage here because your God sucks. He's a loser. These are the real conversations in the mind of Christianity today. And I rebuke that thought process. Satan, you have no authority over the people. Listen to this podcast, over my mindset, over my family, over my church. And I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I don't know who that was at for, man, but there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of fear out there, guys. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but I hear it in the voices of when people call our office. And I'm so grateful for everyone that calls. I'm so grateful. And for many of you, you guys know, like my consultations, I start with a prayer. I start with a clean mindset. I may be walking and talking. I may not be in front of my podcast because I don't want to. I don't want to have diabetes all over again. I got fat and gained 100 pounds just being in front of a computer. looking at screens and advising clients. And I hated that lifestyle and I would not do that. So when I talk to clients, you call my work cell and I go for a walk so I can be live, so I can have movement. And I advise anyone that has a sedentary job that you go move while you talk. If you have the ability to move around, I highly recommend that you move and talk. I've lost over 80 pounds just basically moving and talking and taking my products from Get Me Lean USA. You can go to getmeleanusa.com and get some of this amazing products, these peptides. Also, we're going to have Jay Campbell next Thursday, which is godfather of all peptides. I mean, if anyone invented peptides, it would be Jay. Um, we're going to be talking about how peptides, the big pharma does not want you to know about it. Think of peptides as green money. The banks don't want you to know about it. Your advisor doesn't want you to know about it. Your attorney that is lying to you, saying I have a better advisor than your current advisor, is going to put you in red money. Think of these peptides as a blessing that this information has been kept from you. And I'm not here to give medical advice, obviously. Neither is Jay, but stay tuned with Jay. We're going to be talking about peptides. It's just going to be amazing. I think you're going to be blown away the restrictions that have been kept from us, the freedom of our medical freedom and information that has been kept from us. So more importantly, guys, is the stock market collapsing? That is the question I want to answer today. That is what I want to break down. And also want to see what Michael Burry bought in. Again, I repeat, I have not pulled up these charts. I'm looking at it for the first time, just like you are right now as I'm recording. Okay, guys. So real quick, this is the current state of gold right now. I'm recording this on November 4th. And remember I told you gold was going down. Look what just happened. It went from 42.5 all the way down to 39.98, and still right now is at 39.84 as is recording. Now, we've had a huge retracement here. This is a big retracement, guys. Look at my momentum index. Why is gold going down? I thought it was supposed to go up. Well, this is on a daily. Now, if you want to trade this, trading is different from investing. So continue right now. It's still going down. The stock market is actually going down today, and gold is still going down. Please explain that to me. I'll even pull up a 30-minute. On a 30-minute, it may look completely different. And look at this, guys. On a 30-minute chart, I got a death cross. It's still going down. The market's going down. This is what the bro investors want to teach you. The stock market is going down, buy gold. The stock market is going down, buy silver. The stock market is going down, buy gold. Gold will always go up. And look, this is not fear mongering. This is actually educational. This is what I'm telling you guys about. Just because the stock market goes down doesn't mean gold always goes up. This is speculation. Now, and this is on a 30-minute chart. It's supposed to be going up while the stock market's going down, but it's not. Here's a 1 hour. We're starting to see some turning, right? It's hitting this bottom support here, this bottom momentum. Anytime I hit these bottom bars or top bars, there's a reversal. But this is a massive sell-off on gold, guys. A massive sell-off. I've said this since day one, man. Like, while gold is creeping up, look for it to come right back down. And I get it. I understand why people buy gold. I'm not saying don't buy gold. What I'm saying is that it's manipulated and that you have to be careful. And if you have precious metals, it's a good time to shave off. A few weeks ago, I said that. Now, you're probably going to have to ride it. Hopefully, you actually shaved off 10 or 15%. And then you can buy back here. But it will come back up. It'll come back up a little bit. And it could come right back down. But this bottoming out right now is happening right now as we speak. Here's my 4-hour chart. It did go over our 200-day moving average. And I want to see this come down just another bar here on our momentum. And then we should get another buy signal here. So it should come down a little bit before it'll be a good another entry point. But for those of you that have gold and you rode it out all year long, the listening scriptures in Wall Street, man, like I basically told you guys that this is going to come down, and people got emotional. They, oh, never want to go down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're an idiot. Well, it went up. It went up, and I said it was going to come down. Look, this has been the biggest drop all year. You can't say I didn't tell you so. I mean, look at my podcast for the last month. I said, look, it's reaching an all-time high. Everything is looking like it's going to come down, and boom. So this is what I'm telling you. The emails, the calls, the influencers. They'll say, "Oh, you got to buy gold. You got to buy this." The banks are failing. Everything's failing. Speaking of the banks, let's go ahead and check out the banks real quick. All right. So KRE, we are at 64.19, 55.35. Right now, it's at 61.19. It's going to hit the 50s here shortly. I got a sell bar here. All this means if I'm buying and trading this particular stock, this means buy here and sell there. So it doesn't mean like you got to sell it. But what I will say is you see this little bugger here, this purple box, that is my death cross, kind of like a yellow light, saying that a red light's coming. It's kind of our yellow light for a sell.
What I find interesting, guys, is that, man, it looks like this might be coming back up. So call it manipulation, call it whatever you want. It looks like the momentum is starting to favor. Remember, I told you on that bottom momentum index, that momentum oscillator here, this resistant bar, support bar. I can't talk to me. This support bar right here. Anytime any stock, any investment hits that line, generally speaking, it's going to pop right back up. This is how we don't get emotional. We know the banks are struggling, but right now we're going to see a pump. It already went down with the bad news of commercial real estate. We get that. We went from 64 all the way hitting at that 100-day moving average close to 60. Man, this is really melting. But it's going to be interesting. Will it bypass this moving average and come even lower when we have a momentum trickling in? We still have bullish power. The volatility index is picking up. So markets are going down. This is going to be a tricky one, but in my guesstimation, I really see that this is coming down even more. We get one little inclination of better news. This is just literally on thin ice, and it could just go right over the 200-day moving average. Look at the market structure and the tendencies. You see this last red one, it had a pretty good wave down, and it broke through the 200-day moving average. And if we look at our MACD, historically, we had yellow bars here. That means weakening and something's going to change. It popped up a little bit and then boom, went down even more. So I see this happening here. You see my yellow momentum bars. MACD's crossing over. And we are at this bottom epsilon. So yeah, we could get a little like nick or fart, like pitch up and then come right back down. So that's what I'm predicting is that we'll see a little bump from here and it'll come right back down. But yes, and if we have any crazy news from the banking index at all, this would literally blow through the 200-day moving average. So banks are failing. Banks are weak right now. And this is the stock price on KRE, which is the regional banks, your PNCs, your Fifth Third banks, your regions, your seaside community banks, a lot of the community banks. Also, there's another one that's more banking, like overall national bank, big bank, and they are selling off too. This is called UYG. This is not an investment advice. This is just, I'm using this for education purposes only to correlate with the banks. And as you see, this is coming down as well. So what are you doing today to protect your money from the banking index? We have Green Money Solutions. If you haven't had an opportunity to go to greenmoneysolutions.com, go there. I'll be updating with new rates and everything. But basically right now, we are extending, the insurance carriers are extending the new bonus program, 29%, all the way up to December 3rd. Yes, December 3rd. So if you missed out on the November 1st cutoff, the insurance carriers are actually extending that guaranteed bonus on that 14-year product on greenmoneysolutions.com to 29% on December 3rd.
So do not call me on December 3rd and say, I want this, because it probably won't happen. We are going to be slammed all over again. Guys, we were slammed. We had over 50 applications, 55 applications on the November 1st cutoff. I'm praying that we can get all of them done. And we'll probably get another 40 or 50 50 people lined up, probably 100. The more, the better, because look, I'm saving people from the banking index, and we're saving Americans from having their money bank bailed in. Now, this is a real thing. Bank bail-ins is a real thing. It's a real risk, especially when they keep lowering interest rates. The banks do not have the opportunity to generate income when their interest rates are lowered. And this is not fear mongering. I'm not trying to pressure you or anything like that. I'm showing you technical analysis here on the stock market, on the banking index, particularly. And now these institutional companies are actually kind of showing what they know. It's interesting since they gave us another 30 days to extend that program. I'm thinking, this is me opinion. I can't say it's fact. My opinion that they're not going to lower interest rates come December. I think it's a mistake. I don't know, but I think they're going to stay unchanged for December. I really feel that. I could be wrong. Then why would my institution say they're going to extend it for another 30 days? I really feel like they're going to keep the rates the same, which is going to send the market in a frenzy, bro. Woo! It really is. So yeah, that's my bold prediction. And let me quantify it. Let me not just speak out of my butt, but let me actually just quantify it. Let's go to Fed funds rate. So we are looking at the Fed funds rate. So check this out. Same thing like a stock. Right now we're at 4.47. This looks like it's coming down. Overall, it's coming down. Overall, coming down. This wave that we see here, the Bollinger Bands, it has a huge squeeze in because interest rates were basically like coming up at one point back in late 23, and then 2024. Look how slow this is. This is on a daily. Let's go on. Well, yeah, it's on a daily chart, which is really a yearly chart. There's no daily on TraderView. Guys, this looks like it's coming down, but stagnant. You see how it's staying stagnant right here? And that's what these institutions are seeing, is that they don't see much of a change. So if you have money in the bank, guys, like, we have a little bit more time to get your money secured and get high interest rates on your money. Not through the bank, not through FDIC, but actual insurance A-rated green money solutions company that will guarantee your principal. Yes, it's an insurance product. Yes, I'm acting as an insurance advisor. Most financial advisors don't have their insurance license. More importantly, they're tied to a big bank that don't allow them to offer green money solutions. Edward Jones, UBS, Merrill Lynch, Fidelity, all these banks, all these broker dealers, all these companies, they do not want their advisors talking about principal protected products. It is crazy talk. Why wouldn't you tell a client about principal protected products? Oh, I know why, because they don't get paid to do so. Oh, I know why, because generally speaking, there's walk-in fees. Oh, I know why, because their shareholders don't make money off of safe money products, green money products. Oh, I know why, because their bosses don't get paid their quarterly and annual bonuses for selling their proprietary products. Oh, I know why, because the state are backed by the NAIC, and there's lobbyists that pay these politicians, and there's lobbyists on the stock market that do not want you to know about safe money. And so therefore the states basically have their own menu of the companies they prefer their citizens to work on or work off of, and their banks. Now you tell me, you can infer intent by the results given. Tell me why those companies have certain different variations in every other state versus Florida, versus Georgia, versus Tennessee, Missouri, New Hampshire, Delaware. Why these different products are different in every state when it's the same company? Only you can come up with the solution there. I'm just here to give you my constraints. Not everything that I say is in Florida. I don't know what your state is. you have to give us a call and find out what those rates are, because the rates are completely different everywhere. It is insane. It's a good thing and bad thing. The bad thing is that they force you in a stock market, so everybody's unilateral. Now, if you want to go green money, you are subject to your state laws. I don't know every single state law. I'm familiar with about 90% of them. If you haven't gotten your colors right when it comes to the red, yellow, and green money, please go watch the podcast, Color of Money. Watch that and give us a call and let's have a consultation. Let's actually have a real 15-minute conversation of how much money you want in the red money bucket versus how much you want in yellow, how much money you have in green. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then go find the Color of Money Carlos Cortez podcast in any platform, YouTube, Rumble. That's what I meant, those two platforms. And you will see literally that tool has changed the lives of many, many God-fearing retirement and people to secure their retirement, to get out of the confusion of the satanic regime of the CBDC, pro-Israel, pro-gay, Luciferian funds that are out there and the lies of manipulation that are out there. So if that's you, definitely reach out to us after you watch the Color of Money podcast and give us a call and see how we can benefit you, help you. And if we're not a good fit, that's okay too. We have plenty of clients. We don't need everybody to be a client. We only want to work with the hand select few. And I'm only going to be doing this for a limited time because I can't. My wife's like, you better have a retirement date and you better not change it on me. Because she knows how invested I am with all of you guys. And I love doing this, but it does take away from my family. It takes away from what I want to do with my family and also my ministry.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal and get a 29% bonus. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. So for those of that you're curious about, is the stock market falling? Let's go ahead and go to the charts about what really is to come. Is the stock market collapse really here or not? Well, let's go to the hype. Let's put all the hype away and let's go straight to the S&P 500, guys. Let's answer that question. Now, this is the first time I'm seeing this chart this evening. So I'm recording this on 11/4/2025. And let me just reiterate, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I'm not giving investment advice. If you would like financial advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446. Now, let's go ahead down to the charts because guess what? I'm not here to answer to your feelings or your emotions. I'm actually here was telling you what's going on. This is the S&P 500. As you guys know, I have buy and sell signals all throughout every underlining investment that you will see, or stock or ticker. And this is going to be on our daily. So what we see, guys, is we have our MACD crossing over in our momentum, our momentum index here, oscillator, and we're starting to see weakening happening here. And this is what I like to say a kill zone aspect, meaning like if it's hanging around here, it's just in this like neutral home. Although the markets are going up, now we do see volatility spiking back up at 19, close to 19, or just a hair under 19. And anything over 18 is going to be volatile. Now, with our momentum shifting on a downside, we are starting to see weakness in the markets, although we have these little ebbs and flows, right? We had this sell off on the 7th, and it just, people were like, oh my gosh, it's doomsday, and the market goes back up. And here we are again. We may have another, oh my goodness, it's doomsday. Is the market finally collapsing? It's like we're all waiting for the market to collapse to say, I told you so. I knew it would come. I knew it would come. And we have these days where they're just big, you know, three three digit losses, right? 200-300 points on the Dow or the S&P 500. So when we have these negative downflows or these drawdowns, I would say it does increase the volatility index. Now, what does this mean? Are we in a market correction? It's too early to say right now, but things are forming up. We do have problems with the labor markets right now, and the Fed knows this. The Fed keeps on lowering interest rates. I think they're going to keep it stagnant in December, is what my prediction is, and then they'll probably start lowering it again in January. We have a government shutdown. We have the BIS saying that we need to control our debt at an international level that is dangerous to invest in America. Like America could be problematic, is what the BIS is saying. And for those of you who know what BIS is a Bank of International Settlements. And yeah, that is a serious threat to our economy. One thing I did not forget about is I promised I wanted to show you. Yes. So for those of you that don't know what this is the usdebtclock.org. Pretty cool website. They have a pretty cool ebook. You can open it and click on it, and talks about what the media won't talk about. So this is a true based entrepreneur or just author. Whoever runs this is really based and just amazing. They have a mobile app now. Pretty amazing. But on real time, here's our national debt: 38 trillion, 153 billion, 937 million. And I can't even keep up with the hundreds of thousands per second that it moves. But what is scary is the unfunded debt, the unfunded liabilities. Guys, it's over 105 trillion, 152 billion, 22,670,000 and moving per second. Just insane amount of debt, guys. Like I can't even pronounce this in English almost. These numbers are astronomical. Just insane. Um, and then we have obviously like the gold production. It's just so much. US population versus the workforce. I mean, this calculator is just insane. If you guys ever never had an opportunity to check it out, highly recommend it. Really cool resource to see everything running so fast. It even gives you like breakdowns. You just hover over and it gives you a breakdown of what each and every number is represented. So pretty amazing. But yes, our national deficit over 38 trillion, guys. Median home average right now is 408. Average new car is 51,000, and the median income $48,000. Like, how do you live with 48,787? The average new car in 2000 was 22 grand versus now it's 52,000. It's just nuts. The dollar to gold ratio is now over $9,702. Dollar to silver, 1,224 per ounce. These numbers are insane. The Fed fiat dollar is predicted to go down 96.23%. Just insane. Wow. I'm blown away. I could spend all day reading this. So I wanted just to go back and just speak reality. The reality is that is the market collapsing? Well, we have all the evidence and to create a bias and a belief system to say that there are signs that are showing weakness that could create a collapse. I promise you, if KRE really sells off it with UIG and all these banks and the big banks, we will see a massive stock market collapse like you've never seen before because of the commercial real estate lending is so powerful. We could totally see the stock market completely collapsing. Now, I'm not saying this to fearmonger. I'm not saying this um, to cause you to, panic or anything. It is just the obvious. Look at the US debt clock. Look at the markets, how it's forming over just on a daily pattern. Look what's happening to our dollar. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show you is the dollar. Okay, guys. So this is the US dollar. You remember just last quarter, 3-4 months ago, the dollar's crashing. The dollar's crashing. And although it was coming down, it did go past that 200-day moving average. We did get a death cross here. And it's been going down. Now it's hitting this Bollinger Band and it's popping right back up. And so what actually has been happening is the dollar has been going up. And this is why we see that sell off in gold. Remember, I said that gold will come down and I got laughed at. People were like telling me I'm an idiot and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, it's the charts, man. Like I'm just telling you the charts on what I see. And yeah, gold's been going down. Not a good time to buy gold right now. It's like catching a knife. You could do it. It's going to hurt and you'll get cut. But here's our US dollar. And so this is why I say that the gold will come down. I think the long-term aspect of gold is promising, but yeah, we could see gold go down even more. And the reason why is because the dollar is popping back up. So dollar is positioning to come back up. Our MACD analysis is whenever I see these yellow fans, that means there's a big movement changing. And you see this green dot, it's coming over this line here. It's showing momentum coming up. Our Bollinger Bands are actually starting to point back up. So the trend is actually going up on a dollar. We had a blue cross here back in October 10th of this year, meaning that it's reaching the 200-day moving average. Once it hits this white line, this 200-day moving average, you can see this thing really take off. And that's when you'll see gold come down. 100%. So I hope you guys sold your gold at an all-time high. I hope you did. Because here we are. We should see another drop in gold shortly after this. A lot of pressure coming down, but then what's going to happen is going to come close to this yellow bar here around 38,814, and it'll come back up. Hopefully, if the dollar continues, if the dollar continues to go up, then this will come down. So it's inverse relationship. So we'll see. A lot of people don't like that news, but let's talk about for those of you that have been following the cues. Again, the Nasdaq's still looking healthy. We're buying and selling this all day, every day. You could have bought here, sold there, waited, bought again, sold, bought again, sold, bought again, sold, bought again, sold. Extremely profitable to trade, extremely profitable to hang on. You could buy covered calls, you could sell puts, sell covered puts. I mean, the QQQ is just relentless, man. Like pretty amazing. It'll come back down and do another wave, come back down, do another wave. All right. So the Nasdaq's looking good, even though the volatility index is doing okay. So let's look at our inverse relationships. SQQQ. Got a lot of calls about this one. And here we are. SQQQ. All-time low, guys, at 1243. And it's saying sell, buy here, sell there. It looked like it's coming back up. Not after it's trending down. So notice it hit my bottom bar here. So we'll start to see this come back up. So when this comes up, that means the market's going down. Not necessarily. Okay, not necessarily. But that's just one piece of the pie. One piece of the pie. We have a lot of indicators, hundreds of them actually. And this is just, a basket of many, many indicators telling us, hey, once it hits this line, it's going to generally pop back up. Our MACD just crossed over, showing more weakness. So it could even go down even lower, which means the market will be coming up. However, look for a pop here shortly. So when this goes up, that means the market's going down. This is how you make money in a market crisis. Like if the markets falls off, you could buy SQQQ, which is shorting the Nasdaq. And if you wanted to short the S&P 500, again, this is not a recommendation. It's not a recommendation. This is 3 times the S&P 500 on the inverse. Once again, it looks identical to SQQQ. It's hitting this rock bottom, meaning it's going to come back up. And look at this spike on this one. It was at 88. It was at 88 not too long ago, back in April 20 of this year. Right. So right now, everything's content in the markets. It's quiet before the storm. But I'm telling you, this complacency, this quietness is very scary. Remember, I told you when that inverted yield curve started uninverting, always a year to 2 years is when we see the fireworks. And we're at that mark right now. We're at that mark. So, is the stock market collapsing? I believe it is gearing up for the collapse. I believe this is just all a little quiet noise before something big is going to happen. So get your ducks in order. Give us a call. Protect your principles. Not about making returns this year. It's about keeping what you already made this year if you're in the market and protecting it. And the number one way to protect your money, in my opinion, is going to get your money out of the stock market and protecting it with insurance based products to give you a guarantee on your funds. Now, you can be in the market, but I only recommend being in a market with professionals, with institutionals, with money managers that have billions and billions in and management that could move the markets. Like when they click a button, they're moving markets. Those are who we represent. So make sure that whoever is managing your assets or trying to protect your principal, that they have their red, yellow, and green system squared away. They have a risk bucket. They have a no risk, safe money bucket for you. And they have a bucket of money that is tactical that they can get in and out of the markets. They're making trades. They're watching these trader view charts. They understand the algorithms and the AIs, and they're benefiting you by becoming more sophisticated and more geared to technology to help you protect your retirement. So that's what we bring to the table: real asset management, real advisory, real insurance based uh, solutions for your legacy, for your retirement, so that you can have an income for the rest of your life without losing your principal. That is our aim. So if that's you, if anything that I said interests you at all, then give us a call, 813-448-3446, or simply visit us at cortezwm.com. And with that being said, guys, what I will say is this weekend's going to be fire, man. We're going to be getting more into the charts. We're going to be talking. I'm also going to be talking about some options and some ETFs I really think you should follow going into December. Are you guys getting your tree and all your Christmas stuff squared away? Well, some of you probably don't even have a Christmas tree. But I'm just happy to see all the Halloween garbage come down. I'm just happy to see that, to be honest. My neighborhood had all this Halloween decorative stuff. I can't stand it. We don't celebrate it. We stay in the house. We put black trash bags in our front windows and our glass doors so no one can bother us. We don't see in or out. I'm just glad all that is in the garbage now and behind us. And you almost feel like an oppression just lift off of you when Halloween goes by. It's almost like a Passover. It's great. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go to getmeleanusa.com, a great sponsor of the show. We want to promote their products, amazing products. It can help you sleep. It can help you think better, think clarity wise, help you lose weight, and get your body back in order. So go to getmeleanusa.com, get you the performance pack. You can buy as much as you want, as little as you want. I love the fit. I love the actual lean. They're not the cheapest products, but they're our amazing company, and they are a God first, America second company. So I really, really appreciate that. They're American made. Everything's here. They're plant based as well as animal based. So you're not getting these harmful GLP-1 chemicals, but you can take these products in conjunction with the GLPs, so you're not losing all muscle. My favorite is the lean because it has 4 times the photosynthesis in that drink that tastes like orange juice. Amazing in the morning. Has a little bit of caffeine to keep you perked up a little bit. But amazing products. Go to Get Me Lean USA. Get you a bundle. You can cancel anytime if you don't like it or can't afford it or whatever, but at least try it. You owe it to yourself. Anyways, go to CortezWM.com if you would like an appointment, if you want just to have our opinion on what you're doing. We're also going to be talking about Roth conversions. Should we do them? Should we stay away from them? How does that affect Social Security? What about Social Security? My wife is turning 66. Do I take half? Does she take half of mine? Do I take half of hers? What does that situation look like? We're going to be talking about that this weekend because a lot of our listeners are headed towards Social Security or trying to figure out what's the best way to take Social Security. We're here to answer those questions. And if you have any questions, also, you can give us a call, 813-448-3446. But please go ahead and like and subscribe our Rumble channel, Scriptures in Wall Street, and our new YouTube channel, Scriptures in Wall Street. Only a few followers there. That's okay. We do everything organically. We do it the right way. We don't buy any likes or anything like that. Everything's pure organic. And it's because of you. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your commitment to our show and everyone that has called in. God bless you guys. And we will be talking very, very soon.
Try to kill my dream, but the cross is my weapon and the truth is my team. Unapologetic, I won't bow, I won't hide. Latino blood, American pride, with a word in my heart and the fire in my speech. I'm a warrior for the kingdom on Scriptures and Wall Street.
So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family. But we've gotten complacent, and we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses. And I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural, groundbreaking peptides. What your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using His resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in.
This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to getmeleanusa.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here, signing out.